The wind howled through the deserted parking lot under the pale glow of streetlights. Midnight rain drizzled softly, making the cracked asphalt shine like glass. Noah Reed, a 32-year-old single father, pulled his worn denim jacket tighter against the cold as he carried 2 grocery bags. His 8-year-old daughter, Emma, slept soundly back home in their small rented apartment. Her school shoes had holes at the toes, and Noah's salary as a mechanic barely covered rent and bills. That night, Noah had stayed late at the garage to earn extra hours, desperate to save for Emma's school trip. Every step he took home was weighed down by exhaustion, an annoying guilt that he couldn't give his daughter the life she deserved. Just as he crossed the quiet street near an abandoned warehouse, the screech of tires tore through the night. A sleek black sports car swerved dangerously, nearly hitting a street pole before halting near the alley. The driver's door burst open, and a tall man in his early 30s, wearing a black hoodie and expensive sneakers, stumbled out, clearly in distress. Noah's instincts as both a mechanic and a father kicked in. He ran towards the stranger, who looked pale and shaken. "Hey, you okay? Need help?" Noah called out, cautious but concerned. The man looked up, his face partially hidden by the hood. His piercing gray eyes were filled with desperation. "Please, I just need a place to hide for a while. I swear I'm not a criminal." Before Noah could respond, the sound of sirens echoed in the distance. Noah's heart pounded. He knew he had no reason to get involved, but something about the man's panicked yet sincere voice tugged at him. "Come with me," Noah said without hesitation. They slipped through narrow alleys until they reached Noah's modest apartment. The man was drenched from the rain, his expensive clothes out of place in the cramped living room. Emma stirred on the couch when she heard footsteps but smiled sleepily when Noah whispered that everything was fine. She trusted her dad more than anything. The stranger introduced himself as Adrian Steele, an influential billionaire CEO known for his luxury car empire. Noah had heard the name before, but seeing Adrian up close made him doubt the headlines that painted him as a ruthless tycoon. Adrian explained in hushed tones that earlier that evening, he had witnessed a corrupt police officer assaulting a young street vendor. When Adrian intervened, the officer accused him of obstruction and tried to arrest him unjustly. Adrian fled before they could misuse their power against him. Noah listened silently. He wasn't sure if every word was true, but there was no mistaking the sincerity in Adrian's eyes. "You can crash on the couch tonight," Noah finally said. "Emma's room is off limits though. She needs her sleep." Adrian nodded with gratitude. "Thank you for trusting a stranger." That night, Noah barely slept. He worried about what would happen if the police traced Adrian to his home. As a single dad already struggling to make ends meet, the last thing he needed was trouble with the law. Morning came quietly. Adrian offered to leave before Emma woke up, but she came out rubbing her eyes and caught him. "Who's that, Daddy?" she asked, her voice soft and curious. "A friend who needed some help," Noah replied, giving her a reassuring smile. Adrian crouched to her level, his tone warm despite his usual stoic demeanor. "Thank you for sharing your home with me, Emma. I'll remember your kindness." Emma giggled. "You're welcome, but you look funny in that hoodie." For the first time in years, Adrian laughed genuinely. By noon, Adrian was gone, leaving only a simple note on the table. "You saved me when you didn't have to. I won't forget this. Adrian." Noah shrugged it off. To him, helping someone in trouble didn't deserve repayment. The next day, as Noah prepared breakfast, a distant roar of engines filled the street. Emma ran to the window, her eyes widening. "Daddy, there are so many cars outside," she exclaimed. Noah stepped out onto the porch and froze. Down the narrow street leading to their rundown building, an endless line of *200 luxury cars, sleek Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, *** were parked in immaculate rows. Neighbors gathered in awe, whispering and pointing. At the front of the convoy stood Adrian, dressed sharply in a tailored charcoal suit, his usual composure now softened by a grateful smile. Noah approached cautiously. "Adrian, what is all this?" Adrian extended a hand. "Consider it a thank you. You didn't hesitate to protect me when you had nothing to gain. These cars, they're not just gifts, they're opportunities." Noah frowned, confused. Adrian explained that each car came with a sales permit. He wanted Noah to start a luxury car rental business with his support. Adrian had even arranged for a trust fund for Emma's education. "I know what it's like to grow up with nothing," Adrian said quietly. "You deserve a chance to change your future. So does Emma." Noah was overwhelmed. All his life he had struggled alone, and now a man he barely knew was offering him a new beginning. But accepting such generosity felt daunting. "I don't know anything about running a business," Noah admitted. Adrian smiled. "You know about hard work and loyalty. That's more important than experience. I'll help with the rest." However, challenges soon followed. Rumors spread in the neighborhood that Noah had done something illegal to receive such wealth. The sudden attention brought reporters and even city officials to his doorstep, questioning the legitimacy of his new fortune. Emma faced teasing at school from kids who thought her dad was a criminal. Noah felt the weight of the world pressing down again, wondering if he had made a mistake by accepting Adrian's help. But Adrian stood by his side. He hired legal advisors to clear Noah's name publicly and organized a community event where Noah offered free rides to underprivileged families, proving that kindness was at the core of his success. Slowly, the doubts faded as the community saw Noah's genuine heart. Months later, Noah's business thrived. He employed local youth and gave back to the neighborhood that once looked down on him. Adrian often visited, becoming not just a mentor but a close friend. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the horizon, Noah sat on the porch with Emma on his lap. She looked up at him with a smile. "Daddy, I think Mom would be proud of you," she whispered. Tears glistened in Noah's eyes. He hugged her close, realizing that all his struggles had been worth it.